Hey guys, this is Jason from Numark. Today I'm excited to talk to you about a brand new mapping for the Numark 4TRAK. So as you may know, Traktor just recently updated to 2.6, and with that update we got some cool new features, and what we did was we took those features and we made them available on the hardware. We've got the macro assign dedicated section, Flux Mode, as well as the auto gain and the post fader effects. So let's first jump into the installation. Alright, so let's import the new mapping into Traktor. With the Traktor open, click on the Preferences or the gear icon in the top right corner. Then we want to select the big import button at the bottom of that window. Next, load the TSI file or the mapping file that we recently downloaded from Numark.com. Mine's on the desktop. Double click it, and let's put a check on all 4 of these boxes. Good. Now we want to repeat this procedure one more time to ensure that all effects and all settings loaded properly. Click OK, and you're finished. That should have loaded up the mapping and all the effects. For more information on mapping, just check out our video tutorial on Numark.com. Alright, so the first feature I want to talk about is auto gain. Auto gain will allow you to save your gain of an individual track and then recall that gain each time you load the track. Keep in mind the auto gain is completely independent from the actual channel gain. One instance where you might want to use the auto gain is if you weren't completely happy with the way the Traktor initially analyzed the track and set the auto gain for you. So to access that on the hardware, all you're going to do is hold down the shift button and then adjust the gain knob for whatever track you want to use. So now you can see in the software when I hold down the shift button, it's turning the knob to an orangish color. And that means you're adjusting your auto gain. So here we're adjusting it for B. If we change the view, now we're adjusting it for D as well. And the same goes on for decks C and decks A. And that's auto gain. The next feature I want to talk about is effects routing and how it works with the hardware. So with the new update to 2.6, it allowed us to have some effects that are post fader. And post fader simply means that you're going to hear the effect once your channel fader is brought down to 0 until you move your wet and dry mix all the way completely dry. To access this on the hardware, all you're simply going to have to do is press down the effects mix button and press 1 for insert, 2 for post, or 3 for send. And let's just hear what that sounds like. So here we're on 2, which is post fader. Add a little reverb. And we'll drop our channel fader. And there you can hear the effect hanging. So that's a post fader effect. Now we'll go back to insert, and the effect is gone. As soon as you drop the channel fader, there's no effect on there. To access Flux Mode on the 4TRAK, all we have to do is press the assign button. As soon as you press the assign button, you'll notice that all 5 loop buttons now illuminate in red. So these are our loop rolls here. You can see in the software at an eighth, a quarter, a half, and so on. With each loop roll button held down, you can also touch the search strip and it will increase or decrease the loop roll. So let's hear what that actually sounds like in the software. Here's your loop rolls. And you notice the track continues to play on top of the loop roll, so you never lose your position. Cue juggling. And backspin. And we're right on track where we were. So that's pretty much Flux Mode. Alright, so the last part I want to cover of the mapping is macro effects. Macro effects are a number of Traktor effects combined into one simple control. And you'll find this control now on the key knob. You still have your key knob and your key on and off button, but to access them we're going to use the shift button. So you can see this lights up, keys on, we can turn it off, and adjusting the key while holding down shift will also adjust the key value. Use the assign button here, or the assign knob. You can scroll through the 11 macro effects. Once you find one of the macro effects you want to load, you push down on the encoder. With the assign fader, this is going to increase the wet or the dry of the actual macro effect. It also turns on the effect, and as you notice, the key is illuminated. So we can also turn off the effect, turn it back on, while bringing down the wet and dry fader. So let's hear what some of these effects sound like.
We must rock the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun. We must rock the place, turn up the bass and make some sound. Why run? And we will end you just like a Sunday. We must rock the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun. Then we must rock the sound. Why run? And we will end you week just like a Sunday.
So by default, all the macro effects are post-fader. And to change that, you just go into the software, click on the effects unit, either 3 or 4, and we're just going to select Insert. And likewise on effects unit 4. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for this video. Appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you download the mapping at the 4TRAK page at Numark.com. You also can grab the button layout, which goes into more detail what each function does. So thanks for tuning in. Peace.